Welcome to Chardok. Here's the safe spot by the stairs. This is the point to which we'll COTH. Don't summon your pets right away. If you summon them into a wall, they'll warp through the zone and train you. And train us all. When we're all COTH'd in, we can move out to this spot. The first 4 mobs out here, to my right and left, don't exist on P99. This server I'm on has Chardok 2.0, so a lot of things have been changed, whereas P99 Green still has Chardok 1.0. So we can all get COTH'd in, move out to this point, summon our pets, we'll start pulling to here. We got these first 2 mobs. We can enter the library and pull these mobs into camp. Second level of the library is here. We'll pull all this stuff. There's a pit trap here on the right half of this walkway. This tile that I'm dancing around drops you into the king room. So if you fall down, you could die. It's one good reason to have levitate always. Another problem is if you're pulling mobs out of the next room and they fall down it, those mobs will fall down and they'll social aggro all these mobs, the king, and his 8 guards and multiple pathers. So you can get a lot more mobs on a pull than you expect. One of our monks suggested we use a dirty and clean pull tactic, so one monk would do just that and flop everything here. Next monk would tag off some manageable number of mobs, like 1 or 2 or 3. Let's move beyond this pit trap into the Herbalist room, which has a couple pathers and several static mobs. It's kind of interesting the way it's laid out with these sides that you can jump between. After the Herbalist room is a false wall that brings you into a hallway. This would be our second camp. So once we clear these pathers in this area, we would have everybody unsummon their pets to ensure that they don't fall down the pit trap and train us. Everybody unsummons pets, everybody's levitating, and everybody moves through this door, through the Herbalist room, which is clear, into the hallway, makes camp right here. This is the second camp. Pullers will then work their magic on the king room to the right, queen room to the left. Got a lot of pathers. We got 8 mobs and a king in this room. Other room has 6 mobs and a queen. Going back up the ramp to the kill spot, we got the healer and caster pile over here. Clerics and shamans will need to memorize Cure Blind for the king fight. The tank can tank the king just barely down the ramp. That allows everybody else to remain out of line of sight. Melees can run in and attack the king. King does 2 AEs. One of them does 400 damage and dispels your top buff, which means you can use a Shrunken Goblin Skull Earring, or a Monk Epic, or even a Spyglass, or any other instant junk buff clicky, to put that in your top slot, and then get your good buffs after that. And every time he does the fire AE, you'll lose your top buff, and then you gotta re-click to restore it, and then you can keep your buffs. Otherwise, you're just gonna lose all your buffs, which isn't the end of the world. He also does an AE blind centered on his target, which should be the tank. That's going to result in basically all of the melees getting blinded, unless they're lucky enough or have high enough magic resist to resist it. All melees need to have a Cure Blind hotkey. /tell name of cleric here, Cure Blind please. And they'll need to have that somewhere they can hit it easily, so when they get blinded, they hit their Cure Blind hotkey. If you ask for blind heals cures in voice comms, it's going to clutter up voice comms and make it basically unusable. So you need this button. It's absolutely a requirement. So send a tell to a particular cleric or shaman, they will get you. Clerics and shamans are out there. They'll be safe from the blind out there. Queen could be pulled to the same spot. Now her AE is on a timer, so you can joust the AE. So all the melee would be waiting outside. The tank would be tanking the queen here. When the tank gets hit with the queen's AE, he calls it. He says, AE out. Get in, get in, get in. And you run in and start attacking the queen. Some number of seconds later, I forget what number it is, we can look it up. Somebody that's watching a timer will say, get out, get out, get out. All the melees move out. Wait for the AE to go off again. So you can basically attack the queen at least some of the time and not get hit with her AE. And that's about all I know about this fight for now.